Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to explore Python functions. We'll start with an explanation and then move on to some practical examples. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any important videos. Thanks. Let's get started with Python functions. Why do we need Python functions? Functions are an essential part of Python programming for several reasons. Reusability. Functions allow you to write a block of code once and reuse it multiple times, which saves time and reduces errors. Modularity. Functions help break down a complex problem into smaller, more manageable parts. This makes your code easier to read and maintain. Readability. By using functions, you can avoid redundancy and make your code cleaner and more understandable. Organization. Functions help organize your code logically, making it easier to debug and enhance. What is a function? A function is a block of code that performs a specific task. Functions help break our program into smaller and modular chunks. As our program grows larger and larger, functions make it more organized and manageable. Defining a function. In Python, we define a function using the def keyword, followed by the function name and parentheses. Syntax of a Python function. Def keyword is used to start the function definition. Function underscore name is the name of the function. Parameters optional are input values the function can receive. Docstring optional describes what the function does. Statement S is the block of code the function executes. Function definition. We defined a function greet that takes one parameter, name. Docstring. We provided a description of what the function does. Function body. We use the print function to print a greeting message that includes the value of name. Function call. We called the function with the argument Alice, resulting in the message hello, Alice, being printed to the screen. This example illustrates how to define a function, document its purpose, and call it with an argument in Python. Positional arguments. Arguments are passed in the order they are defined. Keyword arguments. Arguments are passed with the parameter names. Default arguments. Arguments that assume a default value if no value is provided. Arbitrary arguments, using asterisk args for positional arguments and asterisk args for keyword arguments. The return statement is used in a function to send a result back to the caller. When a return statement is executed, it ends the function and optionally passes back a value to the caller. Why use the return statement? Returning results. Functions often need to return results to the part of the program that called them. Exiting a function. Return can be used to exit a function early. Improving modularity and reusability. Functions that return values can be reused in different parts of your program. Def calculate underscore area length, width, defines a function named calculate underscore area that takes two parameters, length and width. docstring that explains what the function does. Area is equals to length multiple width calculates the area. Return area returns the calculated area to where the function was called. We define function calculate perimeter with parameters length and width. This function will calculate perimeter of garden and return the perimeter value. This example shows how you can use Python functions to solve real-world problems in a simple and understandable way. Real-world scenario, planning a birthday party. Scenario: you are planning your birthday party and need to complete several tasks. Instead of doing everything manually, you decide to write a program to help you. Each task can be a function in your program. Tasks: send invitations, calculate the total cost, decide the number of pizzas to order based on the number of guests. Send invitations guest list is a function that takes a list of guest names. It loops through each guest and prints a message sending an invitation. I have just added comment function call of send invitation and will define calculating total cost function so that you will understand how to do modular programming. Then we'll merge all the parts, means we'll call all the functions together to see the whole program results. Calculate underscore total underscore cost num underscore guests. Cost underscore per underscore guest. Decoration underscore cost is a function that calculates the total cost. It multiplies the number of guests by the cost per guest and adds the decoration cost. It returns the total cost. Thanks for watching. Now we'll define third function to decide number of pizzas. By breaking down the tasks into functions. Sending invitations. You only need to call the function and it sends invitations to everyone on your list. Calculating total cost. You call the function with the number of guests, cost per guest, and decoration cost to get the total cost. Deciding number of pizzas. You call the function with the number of guests and slices per guest to know how many pizzas to order. This shows how functions can make planning and organizing a birthday party easier by automating repetitive tasks and performing calculations. Functions help in reusing code, making the program more organized and easier to manage. Scope of variables. Scope refers to the region of the code where a variable is accessible. In Python, there are different scopes. Local scope, variables defined inside a function. They are accessible only within that function. Global scope, variables defined outside any function. They are accessible throughout the entire program. Enclosing scope, variables in the local scope of enclosing functions, nested functions. Built-in scope, names pre-assigned in Python, for example, keywords like print, len. Lifetime of variables. Lifetime of a variable is the duration for which the variable exists in memory. Local variables have a lifetime that lasts until the function completes execution. Global variables have a lifetime that lasts as long as the program runs. Message is a local variable defined inside the greet function and it can be accessed inside greet function only. Message is a global variable defined outside greet function. It is accessible both inside and outside the greet function. Hope you understood the concept of global variables. I just renamed the message so you can see the difference clearly. Stay with me, I'll show you more in functions. Hope you are enjoying Python with me. Global count declares that we are using the global variable count. Without the global keyword, count plus equals 1 would try to modify a local count, leading to an error if count was not defined locally. Outer underscore var is in the enclosing scope of inner underscore function. Inner underscore function can access outer underscore var but not vice versa. Inner underscore var is local to inner underscore function and cannot be accessed outside it. Temp underscore var is created when temp underscore function is called and destroyed when the function exits. Let's summarize. Local scope, variables defined within a function, accessible only within that function. Global scope, variables defined outside any function, accessible throughout the program. Enclosing scope, variables defined in enclosing functions, accessible within nested functions. Built-in scope, predefined names in Python. Lifetime. Local variables exist only during the function execution. Global variables exist as long as the program runs. Understanding these concepts helps in writing clean, error-free code by knowing where variables can be accessed and how long they will exist.